Hello, we are the team 5 for the group 273. Today we will present the testing process result. We will have a brief introduction, then we tell you about your object, and after that we will do a quick presentation of the website that we tested and the obtained result. To then conclude with some more recommendation and finally touch.
The testing team. We have an exceptional team that worked tirelessly to assure our product's quality. Santiago Urania, like the team manager, Victoria Bonino, like the documentation leader, Agustina Pereira, communications coordinator, Facundo Fonseca, like the technical advisor, Agustin Canavese, like the languages specialist, me, Camila Collazo, the feedback coordination, Natalie Benitez, like the quality control specialist, and Sofia Danese, evaluator.
This presentation sums up the conclusions and results of the testing process that took place throughout the event operation. The main goal of the testing process was to evaluate the site's quality, functionality, security, performance, and other aspects of the system. Throughout the project stages, the testing team worked diligently to identify and uncover any issue that could affect the system's stability and usability. But before diving into the results, we want to share with you the goals that we set at the start of the project. These goals are evaluate user experience, detect possible errors and issues that could affect the system's stability, identify security breaches, verify the site's performance, confirm that the site fulfills the client's functional and non-functional requirements, and finally, provide suggestions for improvement.
To contextualize, the site tested is an e-commerce called eMercado. In order to test the site, we first explore it and study its requirement specifications. Thanks to the efficient planning at the beginning, we managed to complete each stage in the stipulated time until we reach this last evaluation stage where we compare the results of stages in the first testing stage and the retesting stage.
Through this process, we use different tools. For example, we use spreadsheets for planning and organizing the team, as well as designing test cases and the management of the incident found. For load and performance tests, we use Cheerleader, and for database testing, we use SQL Server.
Rich. Based on the specification required by the client, we managed to cover the majority of functionalities. The first one linked to user, whether they are seller or a buyer, and the second one specifically for those who are sellers. Additionally, some non-functional requirements were addressed, as performance and security tests were conducted.
Continuing on, we managed to fully recover the site's functional tests, as well as those linked to performance, such as response time and load limit tests. We also covered interoperability, for which we tested the site on many devices and browsers. Regarding security, we did not cover all the repair requirements, but we did cover all relevant aspects to it.
We performed 254 test cases, of which most passed the first testing stage. In the retesting stage, even enough less tests were made since we only performed regression and confirmation tests. There was a rise in incident, which shows a regression in the system.
Now, during the first testing stages, we report all incidents found, but when retesting the site in this new version, we found a similarity in the number of incidents between both stages. This indicates that a more thorough review of the site is necessary, since the lack of effectiveness in the corrections implemented in the second version of the web is, well, evident.
The percentage of evolution in security is 12.5%. This value indicates that an improvement has been achieved in the number of security incidents from the initial testing stage to the retesting stage. The improvement is considered minimal because the incidents that remain are of a greater or critical severity and of high priority. For example, in the following video, you can see that after logging out, it is possible to go back and still have access to the restricted functionalities. In this case, the user should be redirected to the login page.
Another example is user registration, where a user can be created without entering the last name or by entering an invalid email, using different passwords or registering the same user multiple times.
We must also highlight that the functionality of registering an item for sale is disabled in version 2.0 of the site, leaving the option of adding new items to sell on a sales site an impossibility. Something I have to say is completely unacceptable.
Another example is the cart section. As seen in version 1, there is a button to add a product to the cart, but in version 2, this functionality is not enabled. These examples are serious as they do not meet the client requirements. Recommendations: prioritize error resolution in authentication by strengthening security. It is recommended to prioritize the resolution of identified errors in user authentication functionalities. If these issues persist, they can impact the reliability and security of the system, which is crucial for user satisfaction.
Another recommendation is about page refresh usability. The regression test performed after the update revealed another problem in user experience, especially in inactive sessions. We suggest improving the usability and stability of this function to provide a better flow and consistency in user experience.
Another one we have is implementation of the password recovery process. It is suggested to implement the essential functionality to improve the user experience and guarantee the accessibility and security of the account.
Restore the site's main features. In this new version, working features stopped working as intended or were simply removed. Most of these are essential for the site to accomplish its mission. Some of these features are the buy up button or the ability to publish a product. We recommend re-enabling these features and ensuring that they work correctly.
Lastly, we have site response to user action. We would like to recommend deploying a response every time a user performs an action on the site, whether it is changing their profile or buying a product, and the site notifies the user when the action was successful or not.
The conclusions. After performing exhaustive tests of many of eMercado's features, we observed an increase of incidents during the retesting stage, even though we identified ways to improve some areas. The similar number of incidents on both stages shows an inefficient bug fixing procedure, although there was a slight improvement. Reminding incidents are critical, meaning that better bug checking and immediate actions is needed to ensure the system's safety.
The Inmercado project needs more development time in order to fix the bug and other problems found by the testing team. The project does not meet the standards established by the ESRE, nor is at the level of several competitors. We are open to any other questions as well as working together again in the future.